Brendon, why is your name This Is Cum?
That's what it was last time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it
You're just
really?
now seeing this?
Do you not notice me, senpai?
Apparently, I don't notice you enough.
He is the
Yeah.
cum lord.
Speaking of that, dude, I took a shower with my dog to clean him because I don't like having him in the bath because he just like goes all over the place, and he licked the underside of my ball, and it tickled, and I was like, I can't do this. I walked out, and I was like, Mario, you gotta finish this. I haven't been able to look at my dog since. We both know what happened, and we both like look at each other and walk away.
Oh my god. Holy fucking shit.
You know, some people use peanut butter for that.
You have the stage, Brendon. You wanted to host.
Welcome to the podcast for listeners from France. I welcome you to the Naruto cast today. And with me, we have our forever czar and my naked background photo, Joel.
Shalom.
And with us, we have our white knight, Jake.
I will make sure everyone is safe forever.
The Grand Wizard.
We talked about this.
And we have with us our I swear I'm not gay mom, Dimmit.
I swear.
Swear to me.
Swear to me.
So, as far as I know, everyone here has watched Naruto and Shippuden, except for Dimmit. So you're just here for the lulz.
Yeah, there's many times I'm the hype man for this episode in this cast because I don't know anything, but I'll set the record straight before this is all over.
I'm saying the record straight right now. This was supposed to be Battle of the Johns, the most autistic topic we've ever done, which was supposed to be Jelly and Jake's. Guess who didn't get their shit done? Surprise, surprise, it was Connor Kelly Jelly.
Hey, I had my list of characters ready since last year and only added on to it.
I know. I've tried this. This was supposed to be the third time I tried to do it. So
It'll never happen.
no, it probably will never happen because Connor's never actually there when you need him to be.
So I guess we'll just go to the Battle of the Chads.
He's kind of like your dad in that situation, Brendan. He's just never there when you need him.
He's never there. Yeah.
Damn! Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm trying to grow into my role. It's gonna be a little harder than I thought.
It's not becoming of you.
We just gotta get you like noisemakers.
Yeah. Well, this is like, okay, it's supposed to be a hype man, not a fucking 10-year-old's birthday party, Jake. I'm not gonna be in the back just whirling the goddamn noisemaker.
Dimmit's just off camera doing magic, and then every so often he goes, "Oh, Shazam!"
And
Yeah,
flourish.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what. You know what? I might have to step away from the mic. I think I need to get into attire.
What?
I have to get my attire on.
Okay, you better. All right, Jake. What do
Maybe.
you want to talk about, Naruto?
What do I want to talk about? Well, should we start with general overview of what we think of the show, or do you want to just jump into weird specifics?
Well, I'll say Naruto was one of the big three between One Piece and Bleach, and it's the second best, the middle child out of the three of them, because Bleach ended in a fucking train wreck, but apparently is somehow coming back, whereas Naruto is just a continuous train wreck since like the war arc, and One Piece is still going strong. So everyone watch One Piece.
I just could not get into One Piece, but that is a topic for another day. But I will say Naruto is probably one of my favorite shonen animes. I love this one quite a bit.
I think it's the default to what everyone kind of like knows about, because it's easier getting than One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Bleach was a little bit out there and definitely like not on as popular time slots as Naruto. So I think a lot of people have seen Naruto when they were a kid, and just if they liked it, they continued it at some point.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably about right. Like if you know the bare minimum amount of anime, chances are you only know about like Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, and Naruto.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
It's a fair assessment.
Naruto was my first anime I ever watched and the first manga I ever read. So it's pretty dear to my heart.
That explains a lot, Brennan.
Yeah, right.
That explains a lot.
The funny thing is, though,
I'm so sorry your main character got dripped.
Funny thing is, I haven't watched or finished Shippuden because it's so long and it's hard to find dub out there.
Hey, watch the end of the Pain arc and don't watch anymore.
Dude, I just finished the Pain arc and
Then
I'm
don't watch anymore.
very, very disappointed. I know what happens.
Don't watch
after,
anymore. You're
but-
you're done. That's the end of the series.
Get done.
Wait, you're disappointed with how the Pain arc ended?
Yeah, dude, I was very disappointed.
What? I love the end of the Pain arc.
Yeah, but there's no one likes Talk No Jutsu, Jake. That's what you gotta remember.
Dude, it's just like they built him up for killing Jiraiya, and then Naruto comes in and just like I feel like it wasn't even fair for Pain at all. Like there was no point where I'm just like, oh, Naruto could lose, you know. Pain just got decimated, and then like Naruto is like, hey, I'm gonna talk to you, and Pain's like immediately like, I see your point of view. I'm done. I'm just and his pain. He's like, I know more pain than you, the whole time. And then I'm just like, you get his backstory. I'm like, I guess it kind of sucked for you, but like not as bad as like a lot of characters in this show.
Well, here's what happened in the Pain arc, right? So when Naruto comes to fight Pain, first of all, he's got the anime power of beginner luck, which when you the first time you see a new ability used, it's super overpowered and is fucking ridiculous. And then every time after that, it's not as cool or powerful as when it was first introduced.
I don't know.
So that's
I'd
Sage
still
mode.
simp for Sage mode. That shit was pretty awesome.
You'd simp for just about anything.
And then
Not 10
and then Talk No Jutsu.
Oh, Jelly covers that area.
I also feel like it was a little underwhelming when you finally found out that his dad was the fourth. Like I feel like that could have been done better in a better time too.
Yeah, I feel like
It was very quick also.
we should have known as the. I wonder how the story would have played out if we would have known as the audience that his dad was the fourth. But no one ever told him.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like the turning point of being like everyone knew but wasn't allowed to tell you would have been like, especially about like the Fox thing, and then that could have been another thing that everyone was hiding from him. Like that's potentially interesting. That potentially gives him more connections to how he dealt with the rejection of the village compared to how Sasuke dealt with rejection of the village. Yeah, that could have been an interesting plot point.
Also, are we not going to talk about how the third Hokage did tell Naruto shit about who his dad was or anything? It's like, here, son, here's a empty apartment and some ramen. Have fun living.
Is
Dad?
that not how it normally goes? Like even in real life?
That's how Dimmit's living right now.
Essentially, yeah.
Excuse you, sir. He's got frozen pizza. He's moving up in the world.
To be fair, this last time I was at your house was the most food I've ever seen in your apartment.
To be fair, I heard Dimmit talk about it like 2 weeks in advance and then multiple times throughout the week leading up to it. So he was prepared this time.
Well, normally it's just like, I honestly, 2 weeks I had to the grocery store. I was busy the week beforehand. Then I rolled in. I knew you guys were coming. So I'm like, I need pizza. But two pizzas probably wasn't going to do it. So here we were. My entire freezer was packed full of frozen pizzas. It was
And
glorious.
Pizza rolls.
Very meme-like. Yeah, I had a good time.
Sounds like fun. Yeah, well, I mean, Naruto just didn't know how to take care of himself. Although I guess Sasuke's situation is different.
Yeah.
I was gonna compare him to Sasuke, but then I was like, never mind. Never mind, I'm dumb.
I'm going to continue to watch the rest of Shippuden with. I got a list to skip like all the filler because
You
I
need it.
tried to watch some filler and there was one.
No,
and
don't.
was so
it makes no
boring.
sense. It
And
makes
then
the show
right after
terrible.
Pain, they do like another filler, which was just dumb.
Yeah, and it really hurts the story narrative and like where you're supposed to actually be and world building and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just better to watch it without it.
It was a weird time for filler too. Like I feel like we should have had at least 2 episodes of them dealing with.
Well, I mean, the original
Everything.
Naruto ended, and then there's 60 episodes of filler after the actual ending of like the canon ending of Naruto, because they didn't want to end the series because it was making so much money, and at the time the author didn't want to make Shippuden, or I don't think Shippuden was like out
I think
or
he
far
was
enough
working
out.
on
They
it, but
want,
they're like caught
yeah,
up.
yeah, it wasn't far enough out, so they're just like, well, we can't stop the hype train. Filler. So there's like
I watched
60 or
it
80
all.
episodes of filler. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
Brendon, tell your tragic story about how you watched all the Naruto filler.
I thought it was just I didn't know it was all filler. At the time I just thought it was continuation, and I was waiting for Shippuden, and so I watched it all. Granted, it has like one of my favorite stories in the filler, but like I watched it all and it got really dragged out near the end. And so when Shippuden finally came around, I was drained. I was like, I can't watch this. So I got into Shippuden later, and then I watched a bit of it, and I hit another filler in Shippuden. And I was just like, oh, not again. And so I stopped again, came back, and then I watched up to where you could find it dubbed, and I didn't want to watch it subbed because I'm so used to the English in it.
Yeah.
I I grew up with it, so I just couldn't
Yeah.
watch subbed.
No, that's fair.
And everyone I talked to is like, you're gonna have to find it on like websites where
Yep.
people put it up, and I'm just like, I don't trust it. And then finally, I've now given in. One of my buddies gave me a website to go on to watch it all, and that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Definitely too much filler. I'm not a fan
I'd
of
say the
that.
best part of the pain though is Kakashi talking to his dad.
That's pretty great.
Well, what are all your favorite arcs from the show?
Do we want to do
Um,
this Naruto and Shippuden like split up?
No, we're gonna do both together.
Oh, overall, ooh, that's
Uh,
tough then.
Overall.
I would say tuning exams by far fucking loved it. You get to see a lot more characters and their abilities, and to me it was the first world building act where you can see different villages and what they can do. And I have been wanting another tuning exam to do that. And I haven't watched Boruto, but I heard like
Don't do
that
it.
one's
No,
like
no, we
they
don't talk about that. That word is
again
banned, sir.
don't-
No.
they don't even finish the tuning exams. I'm just like, what the fuck does the guy have against the tuning exams and just finishing it?
We don't talk about Baruto here.
Like that's one
that thing
thing
doesn't exist.
I love about
alright?
my heroes. They have their own tuning exams, and I'm just like, they finished it. Someone won. What?
It's over.
Yeah.
So now, when we were talking about shooting exams, are we talking like from the start to the end of the Gara fight?
What is your favorite?
I'd say
Because I
the
count that as
start of
all
the
one big arc.
I start
Yes.
from the beginning of the tuning exams, like when they're in the room taking the written test, to the end of like Naruto beating Gaara.
Yeah, I would say the same. I know
I would,
it's supposed to be different arcs, but I don't really care.
yeah, because I think technically that's part of like the Leaf invasion arc, but like it flows so naturally into it. It's like it feels part of the same
It's all
story.
the same
I'd say if
story.
there's no filler between it, it's one arc. You know?
The reason I say it's one arc as if as like watching it is because it basically like that's its own complete story. So
Mhm.
I don't really like separate into arcs. Like in terms of like an arc or a chapter is supposed to cover whatever it's supposed to cover in that section. Like when you look in a book, at the end of a chapter, you're at the end of a plot point.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no end of the plot point between those two.
No, I
It's just
feel
kind of
that.
continuation. So
So, no, with that in mind, I'm definitely also going to say the tuning exams. I feel like that is peak Naruto right there.
Yeah.
Like you
God,
get
you
the
both chose
most.
tuning exams. I really don't want to choose tuning exams just to be a different asshole. God.
I
You know what? Fuck. It's
if
really
I
hard
had to,
not to choose tuning exams. It's really hard not to choose tuning exams, but I'm
There's just
gonna.
so many different characters interacting. There's so many different storylines going at once. It's all
yeah.
tightly written together. A lot of different characters actually shine and participate. It's just
If
I can't think of
if
a
I
huge flaw with it at all, really.
if I had to be different, I'd go to the team going after Sasuke.
Ooh,
When
Yeah.
really?
he's going, yeah, because you get to see characters who haven't really shined a whole lot
Mm-hmm.
battle, like
It's the
Kiba,
Sasuke recovery mission or
yeah,
recover or
uh,
whatever it is.
Shikamaru, uh, Neji, Kiba finally gets some light but then they do nothing with him ever again.
Still more than Tintin.
Uh, Choji gets some light. Like I forget how like awesome he actually is. even though like I feel in like Shippuden they've just made him like a joke character, and then like they give him a little bit of light when
Yeah.
during the pain arc, but it's like still nothing. I forgot
Oh,
who else was part of the who all went
You know what?
cover.
Mm. Mm.
Shino.
yes.
See Shino be a badass because he's always been a badass. Let's
Hmm.
be honest.
I really love the fight that goes between the Bone Guy and Rock Lee, and then ends up being Rock Lee and Gar versus Bone Guy.
Oh gosh,
Or
I
not Bone
forgot
Guy,
about
Bone
that.
Guy.
That is like to me like one of the top tier fights.
Right.
That fight alone is the show.
Well, almost any
To
fight
me.
that Rock Lee's in, because him versus Gara at the Trinity exams is one of the best fights in the show.
Oh my gosh,
You,
right?
you know what? You know what my favorite arc is that I'm gonna say just to trigger Jake?
Hmm.
In 5 Kage Summit.
Oh, or it's basically Sasuke fucks shit up the show.
Yep. No, I mean, technically, I think the battle between the brothers is technically an arc, but
Yeah, I'm looking on a
Wha- wha-
website and it says the fated battle between brothers is like its own.
yeah, between Itachi and Sasuke, I think that's
Yeah.
technically an arc. But I would go like anywhere around that kind of thing, basically because
Mhm.
Itachi is my favorite character, and I think that's kind of like a turning point for Sasuke's character. Well, that's not the turning point for Sasuke's character
Mhm.
because Itachi introduces a lot of things that he wants to go through first before
Mhm.
and kind of take Sasuke out of the story for a little bit to work on other stuff.
Yeah.
But when Sasuke's reintroduced, all the stuff that happens in that fight is kind of like Sasuke's turning point,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah. Um, I as far as Shippuden arcs though, I so far I'd probably say the first arc is my favorite.
The Gara
Re-
retrieval.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Yeah, because you get to see Sakura be a badass. Like she's needed that.
the
Right.
funny thing about Sakura, specifically in that arc, is she at that point is way stronger than both Sasuke and Naruto.
Mhm.
Oh, exactly.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? And she still fucking gets bodied by a character that both Naruto and Sasuke could probably beat. But you
Yeah.
know, she's actually retardedly strong at that point in the story. And that's the only point in the story you're like, oh, she's not useless. But then it turns out she is because she's retardedly powerful and can't fucking take down like the weakest member of the Akatsuki. But
Oh, yeah. That's another thing about Shippuden. I feel like the Akatsuki was built up, and then you get like an arc of a character of a Akatsuki character, then they just get boned. Like Hidan, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
I like Hidan's
I
thing though.
love Hidan. He's my
I
favorite
think he's one
Akatsuki
of the
member,
better Akatsuki members in terms of like
and
the story.
I feel like they just threw that away.
I liked the end of his story. I feel like his partner got fucked over, didn't get anything there. But
Yeah,
Now Hidan
who
was the
was
one that technically couldn't die, right? So they had to bury his ass.
yeah.
yes, and Kakazu was the other one, the guy with 4 hearts that lived forever and tried to assassinate the first. Why can't I remember the leader of the Leafs name? What's the official name? What Kage is the Leaf?
No, the leaf is
Hokage.
Hokage.
Okay, well I don't know why I can remember that. He tried to assassinate the first Hokage, Hashirama,
Mhm.
which when you hear about it and you realize how strong Hashirama is, sounds really fucking stupid, and it is really fucking stupid and kind of a plot hole. But you know, we don't point those out.
So like for me for Shippuden, it's kind of tough because I kind of want to say the pain arc because that feels like it's the culmination of the overarching Akatsuki story.
Hmm.
But like, there's so much of the Akatsuki story that's not necessarily in the pain arc because you got the beginning with the Kazekage rescue has a lot of it, and then the Akatsuki suppression mission arc. So it's a hard pick. I guess just that overarching Akatsuki story, seeing that started in Naruto and then weaved through all this time to finally end in Shippuden was really nice. And I do like seeing the village hidden in the rain. I thought that
Yeah.
was a nice little
The
side
one
story.
time you see it in the
Yeah.
whole story. I think that's the only time we've seen a village other than the sand and the leaf. Is that like
Because
one
we
glimpse
didn't
of the
see.
rain?
Yeah, because we've been to the land of mist, but we never actually saw like their capital, right?
Yeah, we never really. I mean, there's like a few glimpses of it, but there's never really walking through and seeing the city at all like that.
Mm-hmm.
There is in that show that will not be named, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah. Didn't we see like thunder or something in like a movie or something though? Like
I
that
think
no
one
ever
movie
watched?
had like a snow village or some shit.
Yeah, and
I
like there's
didn't
not
know.
even ninjas there. There's just samurai.
Oh, okay. Can we talk about the fact that they added like a samurai army in the fucking just randomly because they need more foot soldiers, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, huh, that's cool. Too bad nothing's
Yeah.
going to be done with that probably.
Yeah, exactly. And like they like force fed this backstory between Hanzo, which is like, reincarnated from the Village of the Rain, and one of the like the lead samurai.
Yeah,
I'm like, this did not need any of this.
that's the
This
episode
did,
I've left on in Shippuden right now still.
yeah, this is. I was like, this is unnecessary. Why the fuck is this here? But you know, Hanzo in general is not a great character. I mean, he gave the Sunny their name though.
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
You know, he left them alive, and even though I'm pretty sure if you actually look at how strong he is compared to them, they should have easily kicked his ass. But
They were young. They didn't know a whole lot yet. We'll just go with that, I guess.
sure.
I'd see what character who, if they were introduced later in the show instead of right at the start, would have been a lot more badass is fucking Zabuza.
Yeah.
Zabuza so I think Naruto is such a better series than Naruto Shippuden.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly,
Oh, for sure.
because I think the problem with Naruto is it just gets shown in power scale to fucking hell. And
Oh, it gets
back.
outrageous.
Like it's something that like some shows just get really really dumb with.
Mm-hmm.
Bleach got really dumb with it. One Piece didn't. One Piece is actually pretty good in terms of that. But that's because like the world has been so deep, and we haven't like fully been explaining the world at any point. Where these other shows, they kind of like just, oh yeah, this is the world, and this is how it works.
And now everyone has powers times a million gajillion.
Yeah,
I
because we
could
need
tell
our
that in
sword
the
to
pain
advance.
arc. As soon as Naruto showed up in the pain arc, I'm just like, oh, so now we're hitting Dragon Ball Z shit. Like
The power creep.
he's now gotten like Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's a point, and maybe you can back this up, Joel. Aubrey's telling me there's a point in the story where Mike Guy opens all the gates and then kicks the planet so hard it shifts its rotation.
Okay. So
Okay, Mike Guy
Guy
is amazing.
Mike Guy is amazing, but
That was an
okay.
amazing scene.
So the eighth gate, so there's the 8 inner gates. The eighth gate, the 8th inner gate of death. When you open this gate, you will die because you literally puncture your heart
Mm-hmm.
to allow your chakra to basically flow through your heart. I'm pretty
Nice.
sure. So he was moving so fast and that he was warping space around him, and he would like punch and would warp space. So when he goes in for his final kick, yeah, fucks up the planet.
See, like I want to be mad, but at the same time, it's Mike Guy, so I'm like, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, right.
Well, the
You
best
can't
part,
be
the
mad
best
at that.
part of his motto is just like, "Let me feel the pain." He's like, "I don't know what pain feels like," and then he announces him, "You're the best at taijutsu ever," which I mean, he's not fucking wrong. Madara gets the shit kicked out of him if he didn't have a bunch of regenerative bullshit at the end of the
Right.
fucking story. He would have died, but you know.
Yeah, if anyone other than Mike Guy and maybe Rock Lee tried that, I'd be like, this show's gone off the rails.
Lee can't even open the 8th inner gate. I think he can only open 6 or 7 at that point.
Well, we don't know if he can open it yet, because if he does open it, he'll probably die.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think he could even open the 7th gate because he never did the Ogakuja or whatever it was, which was like the fire, punching the air so fast it ignited with fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Mike Guy did a bunch of towards the end of it, and he didn't do the white tiger or whatever it was, which I think would have been useful at some point. But we didn't really get to see Lee or Neji or Ten
Oh man,
or any of that team.
well, we never ever see 1010.
Yeah, well, there's a good
But
fucking
who
reason
fucking
for that.
cares? That
My special
Exactly.
ability is ninja weapons that never works in this show.
we
like the most I've seen a ninja weapon be useful is when Sasuke is using it.
She even got the fucking stupid sage weapons and the filler of those two brothers. And she didn't even do fucking anything with those. The fan and the fucking jar that were like the sage with 6 path weapons or whatever. Ten didn't even do anything with those. What kind of fucking weapon specialist are you?
Fuck, I mean, even in regular Naruto, Tamari had better weapons with it, just a giant fucking fan.
Yep.
1010 reminds me of everyone that goes to a mall and finds a cool knife and buys it.
It's called the Zombie Slayer Extreme, without the E at the beginning. And it's all like
Jesus
dyed
Christ.
green and black.
I'm gonna buy a butterfly knife.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we want to talk about getting ripped off, I mean, your boy Nenji there, you know,
Ugh.
he gets one hit KO'd because main character powers. In the
know.
tournament arc, doesn't do
So-
anything, gets almost sacrifices his life to save Sasuke, the motherfucker he hates, but Naruto talked no jutsu him into it. And then he dies.
Yep.
Didn't do anything else. Then he just dies to a fucking chunk of wood.
Hell yeah.
I think the most upsetting part of it all is it just proves Neji was right.
Yeah, Neji was right. You know, it's all comes down to genetics. You know, Naruto's like half Jesus, half alien, fucking gifted nature chakra from the fucking god that initially created all of fucking chakra, and an incarnation of one half of the Yin Yang brothers. Yeah, you know,
Yeah, because I think the
Neji
only
was
thing we
right.
see in the show that is even like a good argument against that is Lee
And Mike, the guy,
and Mike
that's the
guy.
only two.
But they're like, there's
Yeah.
two against the rest of the cast. It's like, oh yeah, we were born with these super awesome powers. They're the family
Yep.
jutsus, and it's like,
Yep.
oh, okay.
I know Lee gets such a cool arc where he's like, through hard work and motivation, I'll prove that I'm the best ninja. And then it's just like, now go sit in the fucking corner.
Okay, so here's
Let
the
me
real
show.
question.
Let me. Yep.
Full power, Lee versus Neji.
Lee.
Probably Lee.
Lee.
Yeah.
Fuck is Neji gonna do?
Use his eyes.
Poke him.
Okay, so like in your solo tuning exams, like Neji had been fighting against Lee like nonstop because Lee was always asking for a spar, right? Neji sees Lee take off the weights and open a couple gates, and this kid is shitting his fucking pants. He goes, "That's fucking Lee? What the fuck?" He would get fucking bodied at any point in the story. Sorry, sorry, Brendon. I know
Hey,
you like Neji.
Don't worry. Once we talk about our top 3, I think you'll be satisfied.
But hey, we still got Hinata.
Oh God.
God. Did you
That
hear the
was-
thirst in there?
That was fucking
My
visceral.
man's been thirsting after Hinata since 8th grade.
Dude, day 1 of watching Naruto, I was like, that's my bitch.
Wow.
And I try to find him some nice Hinata lewds, but it's tough to find quality lewd Naruto fan art.
You know, it makes so much sense that, you know, eventually in your marriage vows you had to believe it now.
Oh yeah, I should say when I got married, I left plenty of anime references to it, and I ended with "Believe It." And I can't remember, Jake. Did I look at everyone and like thumbs up?
I think you did.
Yeah, I was like, "I'll be with you forever," some sappy shit, and then I was like, "Believe it."
Yeah, which is Naruto's like running gag, especially in the English dub, is he always says "believe it."
That's why English is superior. For
Oh
it.
my god. Yeah,
There
you're
we
just
go.
making me love One Piece a lot more.
Shut
right now.
up.
Yes, because the pirate that stretches like rubber makes a lot more sense.
Hell yeah.
He could definitely suck his own dick.
Joel, is this something Luffy would do? I don't know his character well enough.
I don't think it's something he would do. Someone bet him he probably would, but
That's all I
I think
need.
he would just normally do it. No,
It's in Rule 34.
it
mean,
probably
obviously.
is. Thanks for the nightmare fuel.
So I gotta ask, and I think I know everyone's top, but what is everyone's top 3 characters except for you, Dimmit? You keep playing Magic cards over there.
He's not playing Magic. He's playing Warhammer.
I don't even know the fucking characters. I told you,
It-
I'm along for the ride on this one.
It's okay, baby. It's okay.
We need some ship hosting from Dimmit.
What am I supposed to shitpost? You guys have been mellow.
I know this hasn't been a really mellow one.
Yeah, the worst that it's happened is I just talked about my dog licking my ball.
Yeah.
The substance of this pod has been too good. Is honestly what's happened here. You guys are getting way too into the actual good content, and the shit posted can't happen.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say Itachi's my number 1.
Mhm.
I need a second to think of 2 and 3. So you guys gotta
Okay,
go.
I'll go. Neji, number 1.
Of course,
Guy, number 2. Lee,
naturally.
number 3.
Wow. I mean, I'm not that surprised. Like, it's the guy you initially liked because he's probably, very similar to Hinata. And then it's the 2 workout fucking buffs.
Yeah, Tai Tucci's just my favorite shit. So.
Yeah, exactly. The MMA wrestling fighter, like, yeah, no fucking shit. You like the guys that just punch the shit out of things and say, fuck your magic.
The only thing
I got my fist in my foot.
I want Naruto to start introducing more ground game shit. Like, that's what they need to do with Metal Lee. I know we don't talk about that series, but they need to make him different from Rock Lee and like introduce ground game with him.
That'd be interesting. It's like my only issue
the
with it is how would they like? No, it's anime. They'd make it look cool. They've been doing it in a way
they
that
had
like flourish
Sasuke
it.
do an armbar.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh god.
They're so close fighting to taijutsu that you could easily throw in some actual jujitsu in.
Alright, well, my second is Kakashi. Okay.
Ooh, good
That
pick.
makes
Good pick.
sense,
Yeah. I gotta go with him for second. He was originally my favorite character, like in the series. Usually always a fan of like lightning based characters. So but my number 3 is oh god, it's really hard, but I'm gonna go with Tsunade is gonna edge out Madara for me.
Oh, nice.
Tsunade. I really like Tsunade's character. I know she doesn't get to do a whole lot in the show, but when she's first introduced, she's kind of introduced as a powerhouse, and she's got
Mhm.
like a super cool personality. Let's be real, when she's fighting Madara and she just fucking charges through the Susanoo, gets the fucking like 3 blades stabbed in her, and just breaks him off and keeps going. I'm like, you go.
I don't know
That's
why,
a bad bitch.
but I really thought you were going to throw in 4th Hokage.
I really like Minato, but he'd probably be 4 or 5, and Madara's also 4 or 5.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, what are yours?
Oh man. Well, I know my number one's probably got to be Gaara. I always thought his powers and his character arc was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One of the best character development.
Why is it not Shikamaru though? That's the real question.
I mean, I like Shikamaru, but he doesn't really have a super in-depth character arc. I mean, I guess he has a little bit at the end of Naruto and during the Akatsuki arc in Shippuden.
Okay,
I'd
I'm
say
just
he's
saying
probably
that's
one of the
because that's what
coolest
the
characters
character
in-
everyone compared you to.
Oh no,
He's not
don't get me
your
wrong.
favorite.
I still
I'm
like
just saying.
Shikamaru, but there is a shit ton of cool characters in this show.
Can I just say this? I think that Shikamaru in Shippuden is probably one of the best characters
I
Oh,
like
yeah,
Shikamaru a lot.
because he's there for Naruto
Yes,
when Pervy Sage dies,
Yeah.
yes.
and he's like, "Hey, dude, you need to get your shit together." He
Shikamaru
takes
is best,
down
bro.
One of the best Akatsuki members by
Mhm.
himself, and he's just kind of always there when shit's happening, and he's like, I'm not in charge, but I'm really pulling not the strings, but like I'm doing shit in the background.
Yeah, it's like somebody's got to
Yeah,
do
he-
something.
He's not officially the leader, but he's the one that everyone looks to.
And then
right?
from what I've heard in Boruto, he's like the one to kick Naruto's ass around to get him to do shit.
Oh, yes, but you said the name of the series that we're not
Okay,
supposed to
so
say.
he who should not be named show.
Yes.
Lord Voldemort.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. The snake-looking motherfucker, not a Rishimaru.
Oh no, we're not gonna talk about that motherfucker.
I honestly don't know who to put as my 2 and 3.
I
I
legitimately had
wouldn't be
to look it
surprised
up
if Pain
because
was like top 3, Jake.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like him, but I don't think he would be top 3 either. It's just it's so hard. They got so many cool characters.
I know who Dimmit would like if you watched the show.
So, I have my top 3.
Kankuro.
oh okay.
I have
Alright,
my
let's
top
hear
3.
this.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
ready.
Throw this out.
It's probably just gonna
Alright.
be Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura.
So, all right, here we go.
I'm ready.
First off, we're gonna go that one dude that never learns his lesson and fights the dude with the jug on his back. Lee.
Yep.
Okay, good pick.
Respectable,
Good
don't
pick.
Don't like the description, but
Bad description, but good character.
not a bad description though. It's kind of true.
He's not wrong.
2. The dude that's secretly a fox. Naruto.
Okay.
Okay.
And last but definitely not least, and my number 1 pick, the dude with wears the mask. Yeah.
You mean Haku?
Kakashi.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
Kakashi.
the main ninja dude. It's like
Yeah.
a mentor.
Yeah, Kakashi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
He's a badass. That's
Okay,
my extremely
yes.
basic 10 episodes or less.
Hell yeah.
Spread
What if I
across
told
the
you-
entire.
What if I told you the fox inside Naruto is a separate character? Would you pick him or Naruto?
I'd probably pick the fox, honestly.
That's fair.
Naruto really is just like a vassal
Yep.
to the real G.
Yep. You know, Naruto is a piece of shit kid that's the rebirth of fucking half Jesus that got a nine-tailed chakra blob, nine-tailed chakra blob shoved up his asshole as a kid.
Hell
So yeah.
All right, so for my second pick, I'm gonna go a little different. I'm gonna go Zabuza, just because I
Okay,
love
that
his
makes
fucking
sense.
character design, and he
Oh,
does
yeah,
have a
he's
pretty good
badass.
arc to start the show off. And for my third
Alright.
pick, I'm just gonna go completely antithetical to how I picked my first 2, and just because he's a fun character, and just to get a different name on the board, I'm gonna go Killer B.
Okay. By the way, I so
I'm
I finally
surprised Killer
watched-
Bee wasn't.
finally saw
Brendon's-
Killer Bee, and I was just like, do they know like any other black people in Japan? Like, do they think Mr. T's it?
It's Japan, Brendon. They see one like once every 3 years.
Like, did Mr. T visit? And then they're like, that's all there is.
Don't you like his autistic fucking talking style and swordsmanship?
Fuck on a roll.
The
Fuck on a
sword-
roll.
dude, the swordsmanship, man. Putting swords in his armpits and shit. I'm like, what a chat.
Dude, I'm
If
all
there-
fucking about it.
If there was a character to describe this show, that's yep. There you go.
I thought you might have said Iruka Sensei, Jake.
Really?
I just
Yeah, 'cause he's a
imagine
fucking
you
pervert.
every time you see him, you're like, I could fuck that. That's a mood right there.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of the
That's
wrong
a
one. Never
mood.
mind. I'm thinking of the wrong character.
No, if we're going to talk about,
mind
I
me.
could fuck that. Raise your hand if you got trapped by Haku.
Raise your hand.
Yep. That
I
my
got
first-
trapped by Haku.
My
I
first
did
trap.
not. I
Me
did
as a
not.
kid, I'm like,
Way
that's
ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time.
It really was.
I'm like, wow, a girl, and then he's like, I'm a dude. I'm like, I am so confused.
Whoa.
I was just like,
Throttle back.
I'm not old enough to deal with these feelings right now.
The last time I had that feeling was when I was in Chicago, walking around with my brother. We saw a girl in front of us, long hair, like black, and like a nice ass, and we're both like, man, that's a nice ass. Like full figured, and then turns around, has a fucking full beard. I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, run! Just run!
Run. Dun, 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 dun.
It took me till I was 25 to leave the countryside. Back in Tucson.
Never again.
It was
That
his
really
best
explains
and
too
worst
much about
trip
you,
all at
Brendon.
once.
Like, this is Naruto all over again.
But no, to
Wait,
be fair to
how-
the show, there's so many good characters. Like you could probably easily swap out anyone, almost anyone from my top 3, except for
Isn't
Gaara.
Haku supposed to be like the same age as Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura?
I think
Nah.
I thought he was slightly older. I thought he was like 16 or 15.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Here, let's ask Jelly.
Yeah, can we get the
Um,
resident
If Jelly's
expert?
attracted, then we definitely know it's about Naruto's age.
Yeah. Yeah. Gonna have to make one of them anonymous tips.
Oh boy.
Okay, so what's everyone's favorite Naruto jutsu power? Hard mode for you, Brendon, not taijutsu.
Does
But
Neji's
but he can
abilities
defeat someone
count?
with the power of sticking his foot up their ass.
So you,
Sounds pretty badass to
ninjutsu?
me.
Oh, fuck. I don't know, man. I don't pay attention to that weak shit.
Just like if they don't punch him harder, I don't give a fuck.
Does Neji's abilities count?
His eyes, sure.
No, I mean like.
I mean,
closing
it's a
off,
Keke Genkai.
chakra.
It's a Keke Genkai. It's
Oh, you mean specifically him hitting the chakra points?
Yeah, does that count as an ninjutsu?
Oh yeah, that's
I know
what
it,
is it?
incorporates
64
like
pounds or something like
90%.
that.
Yeah, I know it's 90% taijutsu, but
Yeah, well, it's close enough. You still have to use cut chakra, I think, in his fingers to put like
Yeah.
basically like a needle punch.
like that first time I ever saw that, I was like, I can fuck with this shit.
Yeah, and yet Naruto still overpowered the fact that all of his chakra points were shut down because the power of a 9-tailed chakra
Well,
blob.
no, Naruto used
showed his
strategy
ass.
to
God,
dig a tunnel. And Neji was too stupid
He
to
had a
look
9-tailed
down.
fox shoved up his ass that saved his life like 14 fucking times. Fucking happened.
Thank God he's a Super
Details,
Saiyan.
baby, details.
If I had to say there's a ninjutsu I really, really enjoy, is probably every time Naruto or Jiraiya summons a toad.
Oh, the toads
Like,
are fucking awesome every
I
time.
love that shit. I can't remember the main toad with like the sword,
Mm-hmm.
but like whenever he comes, I'm like, shit's about to happen.
I don't know. Give me a second to think. Jake, you go.
Genjutsu, while you guys are thinking, everything Itachi does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
he does, I'm just like, this is badass. I understand Joel so much as a human being
Yep.
because Joel mind
Yeah, buddy.
fucks.
Hell yeah. Oh god, I really don't know what to do for ninjutsu.
Well, Brennan, if like I'm surprised Sakura or Tsunade did not make your top 3 with how much you love taijutsu. When half their power is punch real hard.
Yeah, I just like the overall like aspect of like a full round of moves
Mhm.
that we get from Guy and Lee,
Yeah.
you know. And I love the reason I love Neji too is because he's like, to me in the show, he's like your iconic like Chinese martial artist,
Yeah.
where like you get Guy and Rock that are use a lot of like I would say Taekwondo, karate, I guess a little Muay Thai thrown in.
Mm-hmm.
Where like Sakura and Tsunade are like throwing haymakers and shit.
So they're definitely
Alright.
more my kind of martial arts.
Yeah. Drunk Jake martial arts.
Oh, don't worry, Jake. I have a good tie into that. When we talk about where our characters are.
I'm fucking
Okay,
ready.
well, my ninjutsu, oh god. It's so hard for me to choose between Lightning Cloak and Teleportation Flying Raijin.
Mm-hmm.
So hard for me to choose between those, but I think I'm gonna go with Flying Raijin because teleporting's badass. I mean, it does a shit ton of cool things with teleporting. So,
Cool.
and he's also like literally the only one who's ever been able to use it, like by himself, basically. Because the 3 Hokage bodyguards needed to all together use their chakra to be able to teleport like once, The second can kind of do it, but not really that well. And then there's Minato, who's the fucking yellow Flash, who was literally just, oh, I'm a teleporter away this fucking nuclear explosion that's about to go off in my village from the fucking nine-tailed
Oh
fox.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Let me just travel through fucking space, time, and dimension. Like, just no diffs a fucking young Madara or a young Obito, who's actually just retardedly fucking OP at that point. Like, yeah.
I'd probably say Shikamaru's Shadow Possession.
It's
is
always a
also
cool one to
another
see.
top because I love just him strategizing is like my favorite shit.
Here's the thing, though.
Strategery?
There's a problem with that.
Huh.
Shikamaru is actually terrible at strategizing. You don't want to know why?
Why?
He wears his fucking shuriken pouch in the same place as everyone else. If he wore it anywhere else, when he takes over someone with shadow possession and goes to grab a fucking shuriken, they don't have one in their hand, and he just fucking wins.
Yeah.
That is true.
So he's really not that smart of a character.
I'd say.
Listen, it's
probably-
Naruto. Everyone's got a little bit of the tism.
I'd say my next ninjutsu ability probably be Conqueror's.
Oh, the puppet master.
Yeah, that's why I think if Dimmit ever watched this, he'd fall in love with Shikamaru.
Oh,
and
100%. You gotta be kidding me.
Kankuro to me is very much a Dimmit character because he is a character that I would imagine spends all of his money on hobbies. He's
This checks out.
A girl would be like, "Hey, let's fuck." He's like, "Well, I'm buying something right now."
You
Like, I
give
don't
me,
have
give,
time
give
for
me a
you.
second.
Listen, my night's booked. I got to work on my new puppet.
Yeah.
See, my paintball marker just blew up. So, you know.
And I got to.
You're gonna
I
have to
could
this
take you
weekend.
on a
You
date.
have to give me a little bit of time here. I got to troubleshoot it. I'll troubleshoot
Yeah.
this relationship later.
Don't worry, you're on list B. I just got to get through list A first.
Yeah, now I'm starting to think that Conqueror might just be his favorite character if he ever watches it.
Well, you want to get into that? then?
Yeah, we can go into
Yeah.
characters.
All right.
Oh, wait,
What
wait, I
character
didn't-
are we from the series?
Wait, Jake, did you?
Uh,
You
I
never,
never
did
said
your-
Majutsu.
Oh, okay. All right.
But that's
Sorry, I
probably
took
no
that
surprise
over.
based on my favorite character, though. It's just the sand shit. I love the sand coffin, the sand manipulation techniques.
He's like a heavy metal character, hardcore. Like when he does the sand tomb.
Oh yeah,
Oh, what a chub!
every
All
fucking
right.
time.
Everything Sai does is dumb.
You just had to add that in there. didn't
Yeah,
I
you?
like
if it-
sizability.
I'm sorry if he did. I would like it more if it was like tattoos and shit. I think that'd be cooler.
I mean, technically, tattoos could work, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see that incorporated, but like he's just like
I use drawing jutsu and I must suppress all of my emotions or else it doesn't work.
Sorry, we need your help. I'm finishing up the legs. Give me a second.
I gotta get the shading just right. Dude, what if Sai couldn't draw for shit? So it's just like a bunch of shitty ass stick figures everywhere.
They all come out. Kill me.
One Piece might have ripped that off eventually.
We're shocked.
Just saying, but and might have done it better, but
We'll never know.
I would say Sai's one of those characters I hated, but by the time I actually started to really like him, they're like, Sai's not in the show anymore a whole lot. I was just like, you son of a bitch.
because he was a terrible character.
But yeah, he finally
He's
actually
kind
had
of a
character growth,
failure.
and then they took him out.
Yeah,
Oh,
they should have just
no.
not had him in the first place.
It's okay. He gets Eno at the end. It's fine.
So Dim is Konkuro.
So me and Jake have gone back and forth on this. I can definitely see Konkuro or what's his name?
Yamato.
Yamato. Because
I like Konkuro better.
I honestly, now that I've talked about it so much, I see Konkuro more.
I think I will agree with this. I do see Konkuro the most.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, bitches, what am I?
Sasuke. 100%.
So it's
I was
like you're
expecting
edgy
it.
and you want to be hardcore like Itachi, but like you're just Sasuke. You don't get there. No one gets to Itachi hardcore.
Yeah, like we could explain something to you, but like, and you'll know we're right. You're like, No, fuck the village.
No, I'm still gonna go blow up the Leaf Village.
Yeah, I just do things out of spite just because I can. Yeah.
And just like your Overwatch play, as soon as Sasuke gets mad at Naruto, he mutes.
That's it. I'm out of this fucking village. Peace.
I think that's enough
This place.
explanation why you're Sasuke.
Well, does that mean Jelly is Naruto?
Oh, 100%.
Because
Oh, dude, yeah. Jelly's 100% Naruto.
okay, that checks out.
I think my first pick for him was Shino.
Yes.
Because I could see, like, especially in Shippuden arc, when Shino's like, they didn't remember me. Jelly, you're covering up 90% of your body. It doesn't matter. You should be acknowledged.
It's not how this works. It's not how any of this works.
We know who Jake is.
Yes.
Shikamaru.
Yep.
100%. Laziest man in a show. Laziest man in real life.
Yep.
I got a reputation to uphold.
Hey Jake, we're playing Overwatch. Why don't you bring your PC? Okay, shows up with the DS. I didn't want to pack a book bag full of stuff. Sorry,
Okay,
guys.
in my defense, I was really balls deep into a game on the DS at the point. I
That
didn't
would have
think you
been
guys would
better
mind.
to
We all
say.
had a good time.
Jake, that would have been a better explanation than I'm just too lazy to put a laptop in a bag.
Yeah, it would have been.
Fair. But I also was not ready to hear you go, oh, you're going to play a shitty Nintendo game. I'll see how it is.
Oh, don't worry. That was gonna probably
That
happen.
happened. That happened anyway that
worry.
night. That happened anyway.
Jake, that was everything I said to you when you had a Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, it's really good. Bet. Do you even do anything like exercise material on Wii U that it was made for? I remember coming over your place and you're like, "Hey man, do you want to watch some Netflix?" Yeah, let me boot up my Wii U.
You know what?
You know what? I think I'm just going to go home, Jake.
Yeah, just stop.
It's been real.
Yeah. How are we still friends with you? Play on Wii U.
Dude,
God.
To be fair, I skipped the Wii generation for Nintendo, so I was like, oh, I'll get this, get all the new Nintendo games, and I can play all the old-ass shit I haven't played for like 10 years. Which worked out at the time.
yeah. And then
I'm really glad that we weren't conversating at that point because I don't think we'd be friends anymore, Jake.
you know what, it's funny you say that, Joel. I remember the first time I actually met you because I was trying to pinpoint when I met you, and it was later than everyone here because I didn't have an Xbox 360 Live membership till like late.
Yes.
So I never caught you then.
Yes.
I caught you in Overwatch.
I did play with. We played it very rarely in Xbox.
And I don't
'Cause I-
even think I like knew you. I didn't even talk to you. Like
No,
you were just a guy
exactly.
there. Like I
Yeah.
was every time I spoke, I was like, "Hey, Dimmit, Jake."
Exactly. It was back in
I
like,
I
the
would lead
Call
you
of
out
Duty
of
day.
the conversation.
Exactly. It was back in the Call of Duty days where it was like, you had like fucking 6 people in the lobby, if not fucking more.
Yeah.
And it was just a bunch of fucking screaming.
And then like later, they're like, "Oh yeah, remember Joel?" I'm like, "Who?"
Nani?
Tag name. I'm like, "What?" And so we played Overwatch, and I immediately hated you because you're like, "Press W."
Yes.
You gotta press W. You've learned the way though, Brendon.
Well, Jake's
press
learned too
W.
much of the way. He presses W too hard on Baptiste.
Is this what we're circling back to? It was my fault that game.
I thought that was just, understood at this
Well,
point.
I wasn't going to
You get out of
killed
here,
by
David. You're not even involved in this argument.
But I am involved in this podcast,
God
so
damn it.
my authority is recognized.
Someone go get the vial to break it down.
Yeah. And then so again, to get us back on track, I know once you said I'm more guy. Jake says I'm more pervy sage. So I'm gonna let you guys decide.
See, for me, the only thing Brendan's not is pervy, but the rest of his actual demeanor behind his pervy front, it fits Brendan to a T. Well, with Guy, Brendan's not overly positive like Guy. Like, I feel like if I beat Brendan in something, he would not be like, now I will uphold this bet. to run around town 100 times. He'd be like, "Fuck you, Jake. I'm gonna play Mortal Kombat for 2 days to kick your ass."
I think he. Let's say Jiraiya right now. I think Brendon might be Jiraiya.
See, that's what I was thinking too.
Mhm.
You got that pervy side. You still got like that mentor side. You still got that fucking silly dumbass side.
Fuck you.
Stupid
guy.
ass.
Stupid ass, looking ass, bitch ass.
Okay, you got that big honking nose he dry ass when he goes into Sage mode.
I wasn't gonna mention him, but you know.
Plus, you really do like that Toad shit.
Dude, I don't know why. I just love it. Like the best part of Pain Arc is when Naruto goes to their hidden world or whatever.
Yeah, I'd probably go Jiraiya. I think that's the most accurate for me.
We did it, boys. We finally pinned Brendon down.
Dad?
Not now, son. I'm busy
Uh,
being pegged.
Is Jelly's Brendon dead?
Well, he's
Is
he's
Jelly's
currently
dad
not getting
Brendon's
pegged.
dead?
Who do we have for Jelly again?
Naruto.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. 'cause,
Maybe he
you know.
should just be Shino if he forgot already.
Yeah. All right, he's Shino.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Uh,
I see no flaws.
I gotta mention this just because it brings up a good story. I have a friend that is also a fighter that is 100% Rock Lee, and there's a moment I can pinpoint when he is Rock Lee. Is when Rock Lee goes into Drunken Fist mode because he whooped Jake's ass when they were both drunk. It was because Jake, for a time when he got drunk, would just want to fight someone.
He still kind of does.
And yeah, every time he's drunk, he's like, "Brendon, you got the gloves, bro." I'm like, "What the fuck, Jake?"
And I'm
So-
always in the back like, no,
So
no.
Jake and my buddy Richie go out to outside my house to the lawn. It's like all concrete, and Jake gets into like a karate stance, and he just runs at him like the most autistic person ever, just throwing like fists like he's like the Ip Man, like not no direction, just straight fucking forward and back. And Richie takes like one step to the left, jabs him. Jake goes out, fucking skids his knees up, wakes up again mid skid, and gets back up and tries to fight him again.
Oh boy.
For all you droids out there.
Oh, there he goes. He's offline, boys.
Oh, did I dip?
Oh yeah, you're full robot.
Oh man, what was the last thing I left out?
Perfect timing. All right. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the Handsome Jacks podcast. Please download us on all the podcasting services basically available. Also follow us on Twitter, would really be appreciated. And if you want to find me, I could say Instagram, but I keep getting fucking banned off there apparently.
You should just
for
post nudes. Everyone else does it, gets away with it.
Apparently, maybe that's the
I
trick,
need
right?
more
And
shirtless
just post
Joel
the
pics
nudes
on
up.
there.
Yeah.
exactly.
Please do that.
If you want to follow Jake, his Twitter is Grievier. If you want to follow Brendon, I believe it's Bro Spazzy is his Twitter. So
Is Dimmit on the social media, or is he still classy?
No.
No, I'm not on the Twitter sphere.
That's probably good.
I
It's
read
healthier
it.
that
That's
way.
about it. And I get everything I need through Reddit. So.
fair enough. All right, until next time. Bye.
Believe it.